Welcome back to Campus Connections. We're in the kitchen again, and today we're making a delicious dessert, cocoa cappuccino mousse. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to get 3 tablespoons of butter and put that into a saucepan. And we're going to set that on a burner that's on medium-high and let that start to melt. Next thing we're going to do is we're going to need 2 teaspoons of hot water. We're going to put that directly into our cup. And also 2 teaspoons of your favorite instant coffee or instant espresso. Put that right into the water and stir that up. Let it dissolve a little bit. It doesn't seem like very much, but there's definitely going to be that delicious cappuccino flavor in there. And when that is mixed up, put that right into the saucepan with the butter. Now for the cocoa part, you need 1/3 cup of cocoa powder. Put that in your saucepan as well. And last but not least, for the flavoring, you need 1 whole cup of sweetened condensed milk. Don't confuse that with evaporated milk, because evaporated milk will not do the trick for this dessert. Put that all in there. And what we're going to do is let it simmer, kind of stir it around for a while, and wait until it's all dissolved. The main thing is you want the butter to be completely melted. Now, I chose to use Folgers Cappuccino French Vanilla flavor. If you're not a big coffee person though, you don't have to worry. You can make this completely chocolate mousse by just using your favorite instant hot chocolate. So that's also an option if you're not a big coffee lover. You can use any flavor of instant coffee that you want for this dessert. Now, it doesn't have to go in the oven at all, but it does have to set for 2 hours in the fridge. So you're not going to want to make this right before you want to serve it. You're going to have to give yourself some time. Once your butter is all the way melted and looks pretty creamy, then we are going to be ready to take it off the burner. Now you want to be careful not to let this burn. When chocolate does burn on the stove, you'll definitely be able to smell it. It smells pretty bad, and your dessert is going to taste pretty much like burnt ashes. Not going to be good. So don't let this set unattended. Keep it stirring the whole time. That looks good. Make sure you turn your burner off as well. We are going to bring this right over here and set it aside. Next, for the mousse part, what you're going to need is heavy whipping cream, and you're going to use 2 cups of that. Make sure you shake it really well too. And this is what's going to give that mousse the light, fluffy texture that makes it mousse instead of pudding. So we're going to put this in our bowl. Now you can choose to use the bowl that you want to serve it from to mix it in, or you can choose to mix it in a regular bowl and then put it into individual dessert serving dishes. You're going to need a beater to get this nice and fluffy, but you do not want to use the electric mixer for this. Better to do it by hand. Once it's all in there, just give it a nice beat until it gets nice and fluffy. It won't be quite so runny, and you'll know when it's ready. And this takes only about 10-15 minutes to prepare, so it's really quick and easy to make. You just have to have that time to let it set. So maybe make it Saturday morning if you want to have a party Saturday night, invite some people over, or just make it before you head to class. When you come back in the afternoon, you'll have a delicious snack waiting for you. And this is good to keep in the refrigerator too, so don't worry about making too much. You can split the recipe in half and make a little bit of less, but this does serve 8 people, so I know I tend to eat more than 1 serving though. It's dessert, it's delicious, let's be honest. And when that looks nice and starts to get pretty fluffy, a lot of air bubbles in there, you can tell when it's ready. We're going to take the hot chocolate mix that we just made and fold it in. Now folding it in means you don't stir it. You're going to want to put it in there and just fold it over. Get all the chocolate in, and you'll kind of see that that goes straight to the bottom. That's okay, that's what we wanted to do. And just take your spoon and kind of lift it up and over, up and over. It's going to be really liquidy now, but once it sets in the fridge for a while, it's going to look nice and fluffy. Make sure that you get that whipping cream mixed all the way in with your chocolate. So this should be nice and brown by the time we're done. You can see all the swirls that are on top. Hopefully you can mix that until they all kind of go away. Now the longer you let this set, the better. They suggest 2 hours in the recipe, but it can set as long as you want all day. Just make sure that it's nice and fluffy when you take it out. You don't want to have liquid mousse. Okay, that looks pretty good. Now we're just going to put it right into our fridge. Make some room here, and we'll let it set for 2 hours before we check on it again. Let's recap today's recipe. Cocoa Cappuccino Mousse. You'll need 1 14-ounce can of sweetened condensed milk, not evaporated milk, 1/3 cup of cocoa, 3 tablespoons butter, 2 teaspoons instant coffee or espresso dissolved in 2 teaspoons of hot water, and 2 cups or 1 pint of cold whipping cream. Combine sweetened condensed milk, cocoa, butter, and coffee in medium saucepan. Cook over medium heat, stirring constantly until butter melts and the mixture is smooth. Remove from heat and cool. Beat the whipping cream in a large bowl until stiff and gradually fold in the chocolate mixture into the whipped cream. Spoon into dessert dishes or serve in serving dish and refrigerate until set, which is about 2 hours. All right, it's been a few hours. Let's see how that mousse set up. Looks pretty good. Can't wait to try this. Now you can garnish this mousse with whipped cream if you have it, but it's going to be good on its own as well. Perfect. Thanks for watching Campus Connections. We'll be back in a few minutes.